Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. Members of the Medical College of Wisconsin Board of Trustees, members of the faculty, graduating classes of the year 2023, distinguished guests and honorees, it's my pleasure to welcome you to these commencement ceremonies. To our graduating students, thank you for your flexibility, maturity, and resilience, for your leadership, empathy, and your trust in science. Thank you for being champions of rationality and for being caring and supportive of your colleagues and patients throughout your education. The Medical College of Wisconsin is pleased to honor these individuals upon whom degrees will be conferred today. This is a great moment in their lives and a great moment for our university. We're especially pleased that all of you are here today to share in their special moment. Commencement's a time to acknowledge new beginnings and not endings. Graduates, you're embarking on a profound and important journey. As a physician, scientist, pharmacist, healthcare provider, and leader, your knowledge and skills must continue to grow because the science and art of medicine and healthcare are ever evolving. The coming years will see changes in your professions that will demand your commitment to lifelong learning. It's our fervent wish that as a graduate of MCW, your ties to us will remain strong, and that we will continue to be an important influence and a force in your life and your career. We also wish that your professional lives will enrich not only you and your families, but the world as well. I now would like to introduce Mr. Philip Flynn, Chair of the MCW Board of Trustees, to offer his congratulations to the graduates.
Thanks, John. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, permit me to extend our sincere congratulations to each of the graduates. We take great pleasure and pride in your tremendous accomplishment. As you commence your new beginning as a scientist, a physician, a pharmacist, or a servant of the public's health and ethics, we salute you and we wish you well. We know that you will bring great honor to both yourselves and your alma mater. Congratulations and best wishes.
I now would like to invite Dr. Joseph Kirshner, MCW's Provost and Executive Vice President, and the Julia A. Eline, MA, Dean of the MCW School of Medicine, to the podium.
Thank you, President Raymond. Graduates, family members and loved ones, members of the board, President Raymond, distinguished faculty, staff, and guests, this is truly a momentous occasion. Congratulations. During my tenure at the Medical College of Wisconsin, I've often referred to this institution as a family. I would like to share a few remarks on this special day about that sentiment. I'm particularly mindful of family and what family means for this year's graduating class for a variety of reasons that I will explain shortly. The roots of characterizing MCW as a family, at least in my speaking of it, go back to my earliest days as Dean of MCW School of Medicine. As I was interviewing for this position, family was a common theme I heard from students, staff, and faculty about the really unique aspect of MCW having a family atmosphere. I learned that what people of MCW most wanted in an individual who would help lead this institution was that special aspect of our culture should not only be preserved, but enhanced. In my leadership journey, it has become very clear that two things matter most for the success of an organization: its people and its culture, or its practices. With outstanding people, any organization can overcome almost any obstacle. As I look out today at our graduates, I know with utmost confidence that you will become the people of many organizations across the globe, and that you will bring your excellence to those organizations. You will bring your foundation that was forged here at MCW. You will bring your intellect your creativity, your passion, and you will contribute in meaningful and substantive ways to the excellence of the places where you will land, work, serve, and lead. It is my profound hope that you will also carry the culture and practices of the Medical College of Wisconsin as you move forward, the practices which reflect to me and to many here the best parts of being a family. These include striving to understand the wonder and potential in individuals, family members, instead of the opposite, which we so often see today. Truly seeing your colleagues, family members, and including all as equals and endeavoring to lift up their ideals and hopes along with your own. Working with purpose and values with those around you, family members, to build a better planet and world while also accomplishing the tasks at hand for your own professional careers. And perhaps most importantly in today's divided and polarized world, continuing to come to the proverbial table with those around you, your family members, to listen and understand rather than simply to expound upon a viewpoint, coming with a sense of optimism and curiosity and assuming the best intent rather than negativity and pessimism. Truly being grateful for that person, colleague, family member, even if you have different viewpoints. Providing a space for respect, dialogue, and understanding of their journey, even though there may be some distance to travel between the two of you. And finally, creating a space for love wherever your journey takes you. Families have love at their core. They have love that allows transcendence above differences. They have love of purpose and people that brings them together. So while I know it's not traditional to talk about love in a commencement address, I exhort you to create love in the world, in your worlds. Create relationships and cultures that allow positivity and connectivity to bloom and be pollinated, allowing for propagation far and wide. It is often said that organizations will not love you back. That is true. Organizations cannot love you back. But that does not mean that you cannot create the culture and practices in organizations that enable and embody the best aspects of human nature with respect, inclusion, caring, belonging, and actually love. I will conclude my remarks with my own personal love for these MCW graduates in the year of 2023. They have endured much through the impact of the pandemic, which has affected their education. But I've personally witnessed in many ways the manner in which they have responded with courage and compassion and excellence, and have embodied the best aspects of a family under pressure and difficulty. They have supported each other in incredible ways. Some of you know that, quite literally, I have a piece of my own human family in the MCW family of graduates this year. One of the absolute gifts, and there have been many in this experience, is that because of this, I have been even closer in proximity to this class than is usually afforded to the Dean and Provost of the School of Medicine and the Health Science University at the Medical College of Wisconsin. And that proximity has allowed me an even greater appreciation of the unique and special characteristics and talent of the MCW class of 2023. And it provides me with the absolute greatest sense of hope, wonder, and optimism for the future of medicine, our health professions, and the pursuit of knowledge through scientific discovery. We are in great hands as these graduates move into the world and create their own professional families. And I cannot wait to see all that you will accomplish. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Dr. Kirshner. It's now time to begin the ceremonies that will culminate with the awarding of academic degrees. Each year, we share this graduation day with a special group of our alumni, the School of Medicine graduates of 50 years ago. I invite to the podium Douglas Beerer, Jr., a member of the School of Medicine class of 2023, to read the names of these honored alumni from the class of 1973.
Good afternoon. We, the medical school class of the year 2023, are pleased to honor the graduates from the medical school class of 1973. I'm pleased now to read the names of those special alumni from the class of 1973 who have joined us. Please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Dr. Mark Bauer, Dr. James Blitz, Dr. Anthony Bachna, Dr. Roberta Case, Dr. Alan Chang, Dr. Tom Collentine, Dr. Janet Cudahy, Dr. Dave Dillon, Dr. Frederick Gull, Dr. Gloria Halverson, Dr. Paul Halverson, Dr. William Hutt, Dr. Lawrence Cassis, Dr. Samuel Kokosish, Dr. Scott Leibel, Dr. William Platt, Dr. James Pughley, Dr. John Russell, Dr. Leonard Rybeck, Dr. Michael Sandberg, Dr. Claire Sheely, Dr. James Stadler, Dr. Daniel Tanti, Dr. Art Stenian, Dr. Joseph Tomasino, Dr. Kathy Wigner, Dr. Herb Wigner, Dr. Robert Winston, and Dr. Gerald Wisniewski. Please join me in honoring these 50-year graduates.
Thank you, Douglas. One of the highest honors that an educational institution can bestow is an honorary degree. We're privileged today to recognize 6 individuals for this award. At this time, I invite to the podium Dr. Ravi Misra, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, to read the citations. The commencement program book includes detailed biographies of each of our honorary degree recipients who we are recognizing today.
Our first honorary degree recipient today is former State Senator Alberta Darling, who unfortunately is unable to join us here this afternoon. Senator Darling entered public service with a commitment to protecting, educating, and improving the lives of children. She was elected to the Wisconsin State Assembly in 1990 and to the Senate in 1992, where she represented Wisconsin's 8th Senate District. She retired from the Senate in December 2022. For more than a decade, Senator Darling served as co-chair of the state's Joint Committee on Finance, where her leadership helped turn the state's finances around from a large deficit to a significant surplus. Senator Darling most recently chaired the Senate Education Committee, where she continued to be a leader in helping students succeed. In honor of her 30 years of service to the people of Wisconsin, the respect she earned on both sides of the aisle for her leadership, poise and grace, and for her commitment to education, healthcare, and public safety reform, it is my pleasure to recommend Senator Alberta Darling to you, Dr. Raymond, as a worthy recipient of an honorary Doctor of Humanities degree.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. By virtue of the authority delegated to me, upon recommendation of the MCW Commencement Committee, and by action of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon Senator Alberta Darling, in absentia, the degree of Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa. We'll present Senator Darling with her hood and degree later this month. Thank you. Will Ms. Geneva Johnson and sponsors Dr. James Thomas and MCW trustee Ms. Jackie Hurd Barber please come forward?
Geneva Johnson is a volunteer, philanthropist, and former trustee of the Medical College of Wisconsin, Froedtert Hospital, and the Froedtert Hospital Foundation, and former co-chair of the MCW Cancer Center Advisory Board. Ms. Johnson also is the former president and chief executive officer of Family Service America, Incorporated, and Families International, Incorporated, and served as senior vice president for strategic long-range planning and public policy at the United Way of America and as Executive Director of the Women's Leadership Institute at Mount Mary College. Ms. Johnson has received numerous recognitions and awards and has served on many local, regional, and national boards. In honor of her outstanding commitment and dedication to human and social services, excellence in corporate and nonprofit leadership, and invaluable years of service to the Medical College of Wisconsin and our health system and community partners, it is my pleasure to present Ms. Geneva Johnson to you, Dr. Raymond, as a worthy recipient of an Honorary Doctor of Humanities degree.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. Ms. Geneva Johnson, by the virtue of the authority delegated to me upon recommendation of the Commencement Committee and by action of the MCW Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa. Will Mr. David J. Lubar and sponsor, Dr. Shaker Kirpod, please come forward? Because I am also serving as a sponsor for Mr. Lubar, I ask Dr. Joseph Kirshner to step to the podium.
David J. Lubar is the President and Chief Executive Officer of Lubar and Company, which he joined in 1983. He has been a valued member of the Medical College of Wisconsin Board of Trustees since July 2018 and currently serves as chair of the Institutional Advancement Committee and on the board's executive committee. Mr. Lubar has also served as lead investor and director to more than 20 companies in a wide range of industries and in various stages of business development. Additionally, he serves or has served as chair of the board of several local nonprofit organizations, including Freighted Health, Greater Milwaukee Committee, Milwaukee Jewish Federation, and United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County. In honor of his invaluable leadership service to MCW and to many of our area's most vital nonprofit organizations, and for his astute business acumen and thought leadership, it is my pleasure to present Mr. David J. Lubar to you, Dr. Kirshner, as a worthy recipient of an Honorary Doctor of Humanities degree.
Mr. David J. Lubar, by the virtue of the authority delegated to me upon recommendation of the Commencement Committee and by action of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa.
Will Mrs. Mildred Pollard and sponsor, Mr. Ronald Williamson, please come forward?
Mrs. Mildred Pollard is with us today to receive the posthumous Honorary Doctor of Medical Science degree on behalf of her late husband, Dr. Randall E. Pollard, a pioneering Black urologist who is dedicated to the betterment of the Milwaukee community. Dr. Pollard was the first Black president at the Marquette University School of Medicine, MCW's predecessor institution, from which he received his graduate medical degree in 1958. He went into private practice that same year, becoming the first Black urologist in Wisconsin. During a medical career that spanned more than 60 years, Dr. Pollard served in several leadership positions, including Chief of Urology at Deaconess Hospital and Medical Staff President for Good Samaritan Hospital. He also served as a clinical professor of urology at MCW. In 2002, Dr. Pollard established a Randall E. Pollard, MD, Fax, GME 58 Endowed Urological Prize at MCW, which is awarded annually to a fourth-year medical student who displays an interest and aptitude in urology. Dr. Pollard died in October 2021 at the age of 96. In honor of Dr. Randall Pollard's remarkable contributions as a physician, entrepreneur, and philanthropist, for his dedication to the health and well-being of the entire Milwaukee community, his heroic service as a combat medic in Italy during World War II, and his deep connection to MCW and our students, it is my pleasure to present Mrs. Mildred Pollard to you, Dr. Raymond, to receive the posthumous Honorary Doctor of Medical Science degree on behalf of her late husband, Dr. Randall E. Pollard.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. Mrs. Mildred Pollard, by the virtue of the authority delegated to me upon recommendation of the Commencement Committee and by action of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon your late husband, Dr. Randall E. Pollard, the posthumous degree of Doctor of Medical Science, honoris causa. Will Miss Julia Eline and sponsors Drs. Arthur Dursey and Joseph Kirschner please come forward?
Julia A. Eline, known to all of us as Julie, is a retired assistant adjunct professor of bioethics and medical humanities and pediatrics at the Medical College of Wisconsin, where she earned her Master of Arts degree in bioethics in 1999. She served on the MCW Board of Trustees from 2003 to 2013 and received the title of Trustee Emerita in recognition of her contributions. Ms. Eline's passion for medicine was a driving force behind the creation of MCW's master's program in bioethics. She also served as Associate Director of MCW's Medical Humanities program. In 2020, Ms. Eline established an endowed deanship for the MCW School of Medicine, which is held by Dr. Joseph Kirschner, who also serves as MCW's Executive Vice President and Provost. In honor of her significant impact across our academic medical center, her invaluable contributions in leadership, administrative, and education roles, and her exceptional philanthropic support for our institution, it is my pleasure to present Ms. Julia A. Eline to you, Dr. Raymond, as a worthy recipient of an Honorary Doctor of Humane Letters degree.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. Ms. Julia A. Eline, by virtue of the authority delegated to me upon recommendation of the Commencement Committee and by action of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Our final honorary degree recipient for 2023, who is also our commencement speaker, is Dr. Julie Freischlag. Will Dr. Freischlag and sponsors Drs. Douglas Evans and Bruce Campbell please come forward?
Julie A. Freischlag is the Chief Academic Officer and Executive Vice President of Advocate Health, Chief Executive Officer of Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, and Executive Vice President for Health Affairs at Wake Forest University. As Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Freischlag oversees research and discovery for the entire Advocate Health system, including all educational and research programs at Wake Forest University School of Medicine, Atrium Health Cabarrus College of Health Sciences, and Atrium Health Carolinas College of Health Sciences. As CEO of Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist, Dr. Freischlag has the overall responsibility for the health system's clinical, academic, and innovation enterprise and its annual operating budget of more than $4 billion. Ranked among the nation's top medical centers, Wake Forest Baptist includes a growing multi-hospital health system and physician network, the state-of-the-art and highly competitive Wake Forest University School of Medicine, and the school's technology transfer and commercialization arm, Wake Forest Innovations. Dr. Freischlag served as the Dean of Wake Forest University School of Medicine from 2018 until February 2023, and previously was Vice Chancellor for Human Health Sciences and Dean of the School of Medicine at UC Davis. Dr. Freischlag has helped to drive change in academic medicine with a deep commitment to diversity and inclusion. For more than 15 years, she has led education and training programs at top medical schools in her role as professor and chair of surgery and vascular surgery departments. Dr. Freischlag also has more than 30 years of experience leading patient care services as chief of surgery or vascular surgery at nationally ranked hospitals. She served as professor, chair of the surgery department, and surgeon-in-chief at Johns Hopkins Medical Institutions. She led initiatives to expand research, add specialty clinical services, improve patient-centered care and patient safety, redesign the surgical training program, and enhance academic career paths for faculty. Her national leadership includes serving as a former governor and secretary of the Board of Governors and a regent and past chair of the Board of Regents of the American College of Surgeons. She is past president of the Society for Vascular Surgery and the Society for Vascular Surgery Foundation, and past president of the Association of VA Surgeons and the Society of Surgical Chairs. Dr. Freischlag was the editor of JAMA Surgery from 2005 to 2014 and is currently a member of the JAMA Oversight Committee and the editorial boards of the Annals of Vascular Surgery, Journal of the American College of Surgeons, British Journal of Surgery, and the Journal of the American Medical Association. She has published more than 300 manuscripts, abstracts, and book chapters, primarily addressing the treatment of thoracic outlet syndrome, abdominal aortic aneurysms, carotid artery disease, and peripheral vascular disease, utilizing outcome data and clinical trials. Additionally, she has published on burnout and work-life balance. Dr. Freischlag is an Dr. Freischlag is an internationally recognized expert in the treatment of thoracic outlet syndrome, which can require a specialized surgical procedure. She continues to evaluate and treat thoracic outlet syndrome patients and evaluates their results in a registry. Dr. Freischlag has received numerous teaching and achievement awards, including an Achievement Award from the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Trailblazer Award from the Society of University Surgeons. She was elected to the National Academy of Medicine in 2015, and in October 2021, she was inducted into the Academy of Master Surgeon Educators. She mentors students, residents, and young faculty and is a frequent speaker on topics ranging from her expertise in vascular diseases, teamwork and patient safety, leadership, and work-life balance to women succeeding in health professions. Dr. Freischlag has dedicated her career to serving as a role model for her students. She is a respected colleague across health professions, a strong community leader, and a national voice for improving health and healthcare. Dr. Freischlag is the immediate past president for the American College of Surgeons. Currently, she serves on the Board of Directors of the Association for American Medical Colleges, becoming the chair-elect in November 2023, the National Institutes of Health Clinical Center Research Hospital Board, the Aga Khan University Board of Trustees and chair of its Health Services Committee, the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine Board of Visitors, and the University of Illinois Health Advisory Council. In honor of her distinguished surgical career and exemplary leadership in medicine and medical education, for her passionate commitment to mentoring students, residents, and young faculty, and for her unwavering dedication to improving health and healthcare on a national scale, it is my pleasure to present Dr. Julie Freischlag to you, Dr. Raymond, as a worthy recipient of an honorary Doctor of Medical Science degree.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. Dr. Julie Freischlag, by virtue of the authority delegated to me upon recommendation of the Commencement Committee and by action of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Medical Science, honoris causa. I now invite Dr. Freischlag to the podium for the commencement speech.
So who says you can't hug surgeons, right? On purpose, I chose two tall surgeons to hood me. For me, it's not hard to find tall people. I've always been short, never been able to change that. So hello, class of 2023. I can't tell you how much we are so proud of you getting through the last 4 years. It's so great to be back here at the Medical College of Wisconsin to celebrate your accomplishments. Thank you for having me here. As you know, I did work here between 1992 and 1998. So today is all about possibility. You're about ready to take that important next step in your medical education, and you've been through 4 years of studying, rotations, step exams, go in the hospital, go out of the hospital, operating room close, clinic close, masks, no masks, all of that. And then you were champions as you went through that, learning how to be flexible. I can see your excitement, your joy, and your relief to get this over with and go on with your next steps. So I thought about you when I was at a Bruce Springsteen concert in North Carolina a few weeks ago. Yes, I was there, okay? Because 30 years ago, I went to a Bruce Springsteen concert in Chicago when I worked here. And it was right when I met my husband here in this town. I went with my brother. We drove back. And he was out there singing at age 73, looking mighty fine, except after 3 hours, I was a little worried. He looked a little red, a little short-winded, and I was pretty close to the stage, so I was ready, but he finished off really well. He sang, "You can't start a fire without a spark." And I thought about how true that is for all of you. You need to be that spark. As you heard, I am a vascular surgeon, and I truly believe, even after 30 years of practice, that being a doctor is so rewarding and fulfilling. And in this moment of medicine, I also believe that there's great possibilities to be that spark, to make it even better than what we've done before, to make it more equitable for all, to prevent disease. And these sparks are who you are going to be as you go out and make it real and tremendous. So I think we're on the other side of COVID-19. We know change is needed. We've learned a lot from that. And one thing I say at my institution is, what has COVID-19 done for me lately? And it's not a lot, right? But there are some things that they showed us we need to be much more flexible and aware. It's taught us we need telehealth. I'll never see a post-op patient who's doing well in my office again. I can actually do that very well virtually. We've actually put hospitals at home because you do better at home. And we improved access for those living in underserved communities because it was vibrant, what we saw not only with the pandemic, but with the George Floyd murder. We need enhanced well-being programs to support our teams because I, like you, have had days and times where I was done. I was tired. I didn't know which end was up with the COVID pandemic, and we needed to make sure that everyone stayed healthy and got to the other side. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, is how dare we do hard things as doctors? How can we be that spark that brings positive change fueled by courage, compassion, and imagination? Now, when I was 7, I grew up in downstate Illinois. My grandfather, who was a coal miner, gave me some advice because I had just skipped first grade. And for those of you that know me, the reason I got skipped was I talk way too much, I was a discipline problem, and they didn't know what to do with me. My older brother was a year ahead, I'd read all the books, I had nothing to do. So off I went to second grade. And he said to me, "There's going to be people who say you can't do things in your life, Julie. And when they say you can't, show them you can." He died about a year later. We weren't sure. He was fishing and died suddenly. My uncle died suddenly also about 10, 15 years later. And then my mother was diagnosed with an abdominal aortic aneurysm about 15 years ago, and there was the answer. My grandfather and my uncle probably ruptured an abdominal aortic aneurysm, and he actually sort of spurred me to go off, unbeknownst to me, to be a vascular surgeon. My aorta is 1.7 centimeters, just don't you worry none, okay? And he was right. As I've gone through my life, I have been overlooked for leadership positions. I didn't match at my top choice for residency training, and if you read Bruce Campbell's editorial on me, they dropped my slip on the floor. I couldn't find where I'd matched because I had been on call in a hospital as an intern illegally, it's a long story, that Bruce found my slip and I matched at UCLA, but UCSF did not rank me because they didn't rank any of the 3 women that applied that year. I did not find out about that till 20 years later, where the fellow in vascular said, "I need to tell you something. It's 20 years late." That's never good. okay? Because if it was good, he might have told me 20 years ago, right, to do it. And he told me they had actually not ranked me. However, this year, I get a college student that shadows me every year from Wake Forest University, and Dominic Tucker, an amazing young black man who just finished at Case Western, just matched at UCSF in general surgery. So I'm so proud that he got to do what I wasn't allowed to do. I was told several times as I looked for chair of surgery jobs that I just didn't fit in. And we are learning now it's not fit. We need you to make us better with who you are and how you'll change us. For 11 years, I was the only woman chair at surgery at Hopkins and the only chair of anything for 11 years. I wore dark colors for the first few years so I could blend in, and for those of you who know me, that's not what I do. I love bright colors, and eventually I came back to who I was. You will no doubt have stumbles and setbacks too. Many of them are doors that close. You don't want to bash to the door. That's what I used to think as a young surgeon. You don't want to go through a window because you can hurt yourself. But you will go through that other door where you will find amazing things. Dr. Bruce Campbell and I were best friends in medical school. Best friends. And here we are. Him hooding me tonight is just marvelous. You can keep those friends forever and realize that they too are on your side. You will learn many lessons along the way as you go forward. And when I came to the Medical College of Wisconsin in 1992, I was recently divorced on my own. I actually lived with Dr. Campbell and his family for a few months. His wife actually was a nurse at our school and knew her well. Dr. John Town reinvented me as I was here. I actually became a professor here, only I think the first woman to do that here in surgery, the 32nd woman professor here. I actually became chief of the surgery at the VA. And I actually learned so much about research, was able to get funded, and actually there's long stories about me smoking rabbits over at the VA with smoke effects on arteries. Little know I would end up in Winston-Salem, right, years later. I had my son here as I participated teaching a physician how to do in vitro. Dr. Kathy Storino took great care of me. And I met my husband through a dating service here. Yes, I did. And those were the ones where you had to actually drive in and get envelopes in your mail. You don't have any idea what that is, but it was like a mail box, okay? And now we've been married 30 years. So when an opportunity arises for me to move to Wisconsin, or whatever you have to address, for me, I think you need to look at that North Star. Always do the right thing. How will I help other people? Where are my values? Where are the values of the organization, as Dr. Kurtz talked about? Who's front and center for you? And starting with this moment, you are shaping your story as a doctor. You are lighting the way. You think how you will approach smart risk-taking and the culture you will build to inspire it. That leads me to my next point, is to really know your team. You have worked with teams throughout the time as a medical student, and as a resident will be even more palpable. And those teams mean everything. Leading a team and being part of a team have saved patient lives in my life as a surgeon. It really means knowing the team, and it also allows you to check in with each other like you've done over the years with COVID. You care for each other. Now when we're in the operating room, we call each other by the first name, as you know. When I first trained, we used to call anesthesia, anesthesia, and they'd answer. We didn't know who each other were. I also tell a story with my time out about the patient, where they're from, what the problems are, where they came from. Let's talk about your passions and hobbies and share as much as you think you can with each other so that you'll always know each other as a person as well as a physician. You need to raise your hand to name others for opportunities and give diverse voices a seat at the table so that they can be heard and elevated. Even at my dinner tonight, I've invited a couple people that weren't on the list because I have 2 people I want to promote so people get to know them. So celebrate successes big and small and be there to weather hard times. We always need to be the spark to look ahead to improve health And there's one constant way to do that, and that's teamwork. Also, I'll encourage you to practice real toughness as you take on opportunities in your training and beyond. I read about this concept in a book, Do Hard Things, Why We Get Resilience Wrong, and the Surprising Science of Real Toughness. It's written by Steve Magnus, a performance athlete and coach. When I trained, I was one of those surgeons that was every other night in hospital, a pyramidal program. It was tough, 110 hours a week. You never complained. You thought every other day that you weren't there, you were missing what you were supposed to be doing. That's where I came from. And I turned out okay. I ended up keeping my sanity, myself, but not everybody did. There's a mother of one of you who was one of the nurses who took care of me when I was a surgical resident. And it wasn't for those women that were in that hospital and in that operating room, I never would have made it. So I really want to thank you, Debbie. I know you're out there somewhere. He describes real toughness as different than what we might think. It's not about your ego. We aren't beating our chests or flexing our muscles to show old school toughness where I came from. But we're developing resilience from the inside out, and the pandemic has showed you that. Being strong on the inside and flexible on the outside. We might have to change our pace in challenging times, move or slower or faster, you've learned that. But our inner strength, our toughness, is always there moving us forward. Recently, on this same author's social media, which I know you'll look up any minute now, he shared that the small things we do get us 99% of the way to the hard things that we want to achieve. And these things really resonated with me. They are: show up, work hard, you know how to do that. Strive for consistency over perfection. You won't always get it right. As a surgeon, we try real hard, but we know we make mistakes. Always find joy in what you did. I had lunch today with a group of women surgeons. Find that joy. Is it operating on patients? Is it being in clinic? Is it doing research? Is it teaching? Is it working in your community? What is that? And go do that. I know my introduction sounds like I'm really busy, and I am a busy person because my family really doesn't want me home not being busy, because then I make them busy. So you always want to make sure you keep that time to go on the journey with friends. One of my mentors said, wherever you go, there's always a friend you'll meet, and make sure you go see them and keep in touch. That's Bruce and me. And I would add just one more thing as you're sitting there being tired, exhausted, one more patient to see, one more thing to do. Treat that patient exactly the way you or your family members would want to be treated. My son, who's not a physician, calls it mom-directed care. When he calls his mom, I find a doc, they treat him nice, it's wonderful. Sometimes when he walks in as a 28-year-old person, they don't really listen to him. They don't tell him what to do. He really likes mom-directed care. It could be dad-directed care, brother or sister-directed care, friend-directed care, but be that person that does directed care. And lastly, as you start your residency, I know it'll be hard, but do remember to recharge. I have written on work-life balance, so you can read it up. And I started doing that when they found that women surgical oncologists were quitting their jobs more than men surgical oncologists, and this was back in the 90s. And a lot it had to do with balancing what you do. You really need to master time management, figure out when you need to do what you need to do. And then sometimes you're not going to have days or weeks or months to go recharge. So think of little things that will recharge you. Maybe it's a text to a friend or a family member to energize you. Maybe it's a morning run. Whatever it takes, make it part of your routine. I do my elliptical every morning for 32 minutes and solve the world. And then the world happens and it's not so easy. But you can take that time to do that. I walk up 12 flights to my office every morning, and I used to do emails as I did that, but my wellness coach said, don't do that. Just ponder, think, dream, because those 12 flights, nobody can bother me or talk to me. And occasionally I run into somebody, but they're usually going down, not going up. So I have these mini moments all the time, and check in with yourself all the time. It makes all the difference in how we care for others. It has been such a pleasure to be here today. I had a wonderful reboot of my career at the Medical College of Wisconsin between 1992 and 1998. I got leadership positions, opportunities, became a professor, ended up being chief of vascular surgery at UCLA and then chair of surgery at Hopkins. It all came from the Medical College of Wisconsin. I also got my family here. I married my husband. I had my son who's 28. I have 2 stepsons who are married and live in California and 4 grandchildren, ages 9, 6, 6, and 3. All of that came together so that I have a very full life, and I owe it to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. As you take the next step in your journey as a medical school graduate, see that possibility and be the spark. You may need to do what I did to reboot in the middle of your career and figure it out. And I did. I made it come here and redid it all. I did those hard things, leading with opportunity, staying true to my soul, lighting the way with compassion, inclusion, imagination, and courage. And I always spoke out loud so people knew what I thought and what I meant. I think the future of medicine is really strong and bright because of all of you. You've been through the toughest 4 years in medical school of anybody. Since the last pandemic in the early 1900s, here you were. You went through, you were strong, you were bright, you were bold, you were brilliant. And you never know when your best friend in medical school may be sitting on stage with you, or a nurse who helped save your life as an intern is one of the mothers of the medical school graduates. You just never know. So behave yourself, okay? Make sure you always do the right thing, because we will see you later, and we will make sure you, as my kids say, and she'll tell you, Julie will tell you exactly what you did or what you did not do. So congratulations on your incredible achievement, and best wishes on your continued success, and enjoy this very special day.
Thank you, Dr. Freischlag, for staying connected to us and for your warm and personal words of wisdom. At this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to Dr. George McKinnon, Founding Dean and Professor of MCW School of Pharmacy, to present the graduates from our School of Pharmacy.
President Raymond, members of the Board of Trustees, Provost Kirshner, Dean Misra, distinguished guests, faculty, colleagues, alumni, family, and friends that are here today, it is my honor to present the MCW 2023 graduates from the School of Pharmacy. Today, May 19th, 2023, represents the culmination of years of hard work, dedication, sacrifices, late nights, early mornings, and yes, tenacity from all of you in the pursuit of your Doctor of Pharmacy degree these past 3 years in an accelerated program. You've all persevered and exhibited resilience during these years of the pandemic to achieve a PharmD degree in these unprecedented times. These traits will serve you well as a pharmacist in the future, and yes, as a healthcare provider. Make no mistake, pharmacists are indeed healthcare providers, and in fact, one of the most accessible healthcare providers in our communities throughout the United States. I'm confident that these traits you have honed here in your formal education, in the acquisition of knowledge, skills, and abilities, will serve you well as you embark upon your professional careers through the pursuit of postgraduate training and residencies, fellowships, or direct-to-career placements. And remember, it is the attitudes and behaviors that one takes into practice that will reflect upon you and your profession. And now, it gives me great pleasure to take the oath of a pharmacist with you. So please stand and read along with me. Get you all up here. No casualties. All right. And raise your right hand and read along with me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to ensure optimal outcomes for all patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our professionals' moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am trusted by the public. Now please remain standing for the conferral of your degrees. Dr. Raymond, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Pharmacy, I present these candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy and recommend that this degree be conferred upon them.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy, by the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy and pronounce you graduates of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Anas Abuzur. Alberto Aranda. Saja Badwan. Roba Bassam. Michaela Bell. Carly George. Shay Brianna Growth. Heather Helwig, Concentration in Population Health. Hung Huang. Brianna Kanaib, Concentration in Entrepreneurship and Leadership. Rachel Cook. Caitlin Ledvina, Specialized Pharmacy Practice Concentration. Vanessa Lay. Payeng Blore, Concentration Research. Isabel Mahaffey, Specialized Pharmacy Practice Concentration. Ethan Mistelman. Gabrielle Marchesi, Population Health Concentration. Megan Mills, Specialized Pharmacy Practice Concentration. Alex Monahan. Rachel Munyemma Bazi. Kato Nichols. Daniel Coladay. Hannah Rayu. Nidal Sarsoor. Amy Lee Schmidt. Rachel Schneider, specialized pharmacy practice concentration. Carolina Smaga. Noe Somo. Natasha Tang. Kong Chua Tao, research concentration. Justin Trino. Yen Tuang. Emily Wendland. Emmanuel Yang. Andrew Yetka. Mahdi Zreik.
School of Pharmacy graduates, that was a long walk. As graduates of MCW School of Pharmacy, you're helping to fulfill the increasing demand for pharmacists capable of providing a broader and expanded range of patient care services. We're confident that you'll be able to continue as innovators and advocates for providing greater access to primary and preventive care for patients, and that you'll ensure that high-quality health care continues for future generations in rural and urban communities alike. We congratulate you, the graduates of MCW School of Pharmacy, Class of 2023. You may be seated. At this time, I'll turn the podium over to Dr. Ravi Misra, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, to present the graduates from the School of Graduate Studies.
President Raymond, members of the board, Provost Kirshner, Dean McKinnon, distinguished guests, faculty colleagues, alumni, family, and friends. It is my honor to present MCW's 2023 graduates from the School of Graduate Studies. At this time, I would like all our graduate students to stand for the MCW Graduate School Oath. Stand up. This oath signifies your commitment to our MCW academic core values and your commitment to the commonly accepted ethical values of the academic scientific community. So please recite this along with me, and I want to hear you, okay? So, there's not a lot of you out there, so be loud. I do hereby promise to conduct myself in a manner deserving of inclusion, keep up with me, in the community of scholars that I join today. By fostering collegiality and engagement, I will disavow prejudice, gain competition or ambition to cloud my judgment in the ethical conduct of my craft. You're getting ahead of me. I will act with honesty, integrity, and objectivity in the pursuit of constructive knowledge that furthers my discipline and benefits society as a whole. Finally, I will honor the foundation of knowledge that has come before me and the promise of new discoveries to come. All right, not bad. Okay. Please be seated. As signified by the oath that you all just took, and as scientists and scholars, you are part of a centuries-old tradition and calling to understand the world around you using the tools of rational empirical inquiry and intellectual honesty. As you go forward and make your careers, I urge you all to carry the torch of scientific tradition high. Never has it been more critical to be emissaries and advocates to your family, friends, community, and society at large of this powerful and noble tradition. I also ask you to live out the proud MCW tradition of excellence and service. And whatever the headlines of the moment are, I ask you to seize the day with gusto and go confidently and with optimism in the direction of your dreams as you take on the future challenge of building a better future for all of us. Before Dr. Raymond confers your degrees, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for giving me a few moments of your attention on this very special day, and I ask you to accept my and the graduate school faculty's congratulations for a job well done and the promise of a bright and rewarding future. We are all very proud of you and truly wish you all the best. Now we will begin the conferral of the School of Graduate Studies degrees. Will the candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy degree please arise? Dr. Raymond, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Graduate Studies, I present these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and recommend that this degree be conferred upon them.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. By the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and pronounce you graduates of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Dr. Iwalola Awayinka. Lola explored the relationship between quality of life, social connections, and stress in African American prostate cancer survivors. Dr. Kyla Crawford, who discovered new structural features of cellular receptor involved in regulating cancer signaling. Dr. Laura Deskalska. Laura examined child anxiety and depression during the COVID-19 pandemic and access to childhood mental health care. Dr. Matthew Dillard. Matthew investigated the importance of communication between two brainstem regions in response to breathing carbon dioxide. Dr. Lushodya Disanayaka. Lushodya established a new rat model of uric acid deficiency that leads to kidney damage and functional decline. Dr. Alexander Gardner. Alex studies factors affecting the mechanism and potency of botulism neurotoxin. Dr. Kirsten Grams. She studied how the brainstem sites important to breathing may impact changes in ventilation, during chronic CO2 treatment. Dr. Darcy Knack. Darcy studied new mechanisms involved in how adipose cells respond to insulin to store fats and perform metabolic processes. Dr. Olivia Kane. Olivia studied two closely related signaling proteins to help differentiate their function in cancer cell signaling. Dr. Sarah Kolbeck. Sarah conducted research to develop a comprehensive understanding of farmer suicide in Wisconsin. Dr. Xiao Li. Xiao studied statistical theories and applications, developing extensions on existing statistical methods. Dr. Mara Lod. Mara's work encompassed a community-led implementation to foster a reciprocal continuum of trust within marginalized communities. Dr. Kelsey Nolden. Kelsey studied proteins that regulate mitochondrial morphology changes and worked to develop an inhibitor of this process. Dr. Hannah Nonarath. Hannah investigated the mechanisms of vision loss in zebrafish models of Usher syndrome. Dr. Benjamin O'Brien Hokanson. Ben studied human cytomegalovirus infection and its impact on neurodevelopment using human-induced pluripotent stem cell models of brain development. Dr. Gabriella O'Keefe. Gabriella applied a mixed method approach to understanding the relationship between moral injury, post-traumatic stress, and resilience among law enforcement professionals in Wisconsin. Dr. Megan Opichka. Megan studied molecular mechanisms of preeclampsia within the placenta and its specific cell types. Dr. Haley Powers. Haley used a structural biology approach to examine how two receptors bind and transport lipids across cellular membranes and ultimately modulate cardiovascular disease. Dr. Melissa Quintanilla-Anfinson. Melissa studied how genetic variants impact cellular function and patient outcomes in a severe congenital heart defect. Dr. Wesley Richardson. Wesley used magnetic resonance imaging to study brain blood flow to help clinicians better understand cognitive decline in hemodialysis patients. Dr. Mackenzie Ritter. Mackenzie investigated controllers of metabolism in the brain and their application for the treatment of obesity. Dr. Jose Rojas Alamenza. Jose made advances in the study of the neuroinflammatory response in spinal cord injury that point to new therapeutic approaches. Dr. Grace Sundin. Grace uncovered novel interactions between the tetanus neurotoxin and neural cells that are independent of recognized pathways. Dr. Jiaqing Tong. Jiaqing used functional MRI scans and machine learning techniques to study how concepts are stored in the human brain. Dr. Shannon Walker. Shannon explored the association between social determinants of health and adverse pregnancy outcomes and postpartum well-being in Black women. And Dr. Melissa White. Melissa focused on identifying changes that occur on the surface of the cell of the immune system when it becomes infected with herpes virus.
I will now present the candidates for the Master of Science degree. Candidates arise. Dr. Raymond, these candidates have qualified for the Master of Science degree and have been so certified by the faculty of the School of Graduate Studies. I am pleased to present these candidates to you and recommend that the degree Master of Science be conferred upon them.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. By the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Science and pronounce you graduates of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Yeah, there you go.
Anna Ferrigan. Julia Carlson. Emma Carlton. Sarah Furtado. Tessa Gonzalez. Stephen Jacobus. Demetra Karkos. Jared Koza. Phoebe Lemmert. Nicole Mealy. Courtney Roof. Abigail Rude. Xiomara Santana. And Caitlin Schwobe.
I will now present the candidate for the Master of Arts degree. Candidate, arise. There we go. Dr. Raymond, this candidate is qualified for the Master of Arts degree and has been so certified by the faculty of the School of Graduate Studies. I am pleased to present this candidate to you and recommend that the degree Master of Arts be conferred upon her.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. By the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts and pronounce you a graduate of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Please come forward.
Sarah Westerland.
I will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Medical Physiology. Candidates arise. Dr. Raymond, these candidates have qualified for the Master of Medical Physiology degree and have been so certified by the faculty of the School of Graduate Studies. I am pleased to present these candidates to you and recommend that the degree Master of Medical Physiology be conferred upon them.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. By the authority vested in me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Medical Physiology and pronounce you graduates of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Laiba Malik. Alexander Stanko.
I will now present the candidates for the degree of Master of Public Health. Candidates arise. Dr. Raymond, these candidates have qualified for the Master of Public Health degree and have been so certified by the faculty of the School of Graduate Studies. I am pleased to present these candidates to you and recommend that the degree Master of Public Health be conferred upon them.
Thank you, Dr. Misra. By the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Public Health and pronounce you graduates of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
It's okay. Christy Anderson. Madeline Braga. Molly Dunks. Caitlin Jacobs. Caitlin McKnight. And Bethany Zuck.
Will those graduates who have received the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Medical Physiology, and Master of Public Health please rise? As graduates of MCW School of Graduate Studies, you have chosen to dedicate your lives and careers to discovery and the generation of new knowledge, and to the health of the public. These are noble pursuits that will advance the prevention, detection, treatment, and cure of disease and injury. Your legacy will be the contributions that you make to the base of scientific knowledge and to the improved quality of life derived for people throughout the world, today and for generations to come. We congratulate you, the graduates of MCW School of Graduate Studies, class of 2023. Please be seated. At this time, I'll turn the podium over to Dr. Joseph Kirshner, Provost and Executive Vice President of MCW, and the Julia A. Eline, M.A., Dean of the MCW School of Medicine, to present the graduates of our medical school.
It is my pleasure to present the 2023 School of Medicine candidates. Before the conferral of the degrees, we will proceed with the administration of the Physician's Pledge, the Declaration of Geneva. Candidates for the degree of medicine, arise. Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand and recite with me in appropriate cadence the Declaration of Geneva. As members of the medical profession, I pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity through the art and science of medicine. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patients. I will value the individuality of my patients and care for them to the best of my ability. I will safeguard the confidentiality of my patients. I will practice my profession with the conscience and integrity and in accordance with medical standards. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the community and the improvement of healthcare. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities so that I'm able to provide the best care for my patients. I will engage in honest self-reflection upon my character, acknowledging both my strengths and limitations. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights or civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Please be seated. Dr. Raymond, on behalf of the faculty of the Medical College of Wisconsin, I present these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine and recommend that this degree be conferred upon them.
Thank you, Dr. Kirshner. By the authority delegated to me, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Medicine and pronounce you graduates of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Graduates, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
The first 6 students have completed both their Doctor of Medicine and Master of Science degrees. Dr. Eric Desjardins. Dr. Peter Johnson. Dr. He-Fei Liu. Dr. Logan Mossman. Dr. Jacob Nelson, Dr. Mith Patel. The following students have Doctor of Medicine degree: Dr. Abiye Agbe, Dr. Pooja Agarwal, a graduate of the Medical Scientist Training Program; Dr. Matthew Aiken, Dr. Syed Ali, Dr. Nitesh Alluri, Dr. Crystal Almazan, Dr. Daniel Anderson with honors in research, Dr. Nabil Atlasi, Dr. Kali Rubin, a graduate of the Medical Scientist Training Program, Dr. Sami Awad, Dr. Marie Balfour with honors in research, Dr. Karna Barabu with honors in research, Dr. Kate Bednarki, Dr. David Bickford, Dr. Douglas Beerer, Dr. Rebecca Bixler with honors in research, Dr. Catherine Bodnar, Dr. Daniel Bohr, Dr. Shea Bourgeois, Dr. Nora Brostowitz with honors in research, Dr. Brianna Bookman, Dr. Radek Bush with honors in research, Dr. Stephanie Calzada, Dr. Janelle Campbell, Dr. Maxwell Cardwell with honors in research, Dr. Francis Carter, Dr. Shannon Cherian, Dr. Nicholas Collar, Dr. William Conley, Dr. Kaylee Cotchett, Dr. Ronald Cox Jr., Dr. Kevin Cradle, Dr. Jason Cummings, Dr. Madeline Dang. Dr. Erica Daniels. Dr. William Davies. Dr. Alexander Denny. Dr. Cody Deal. Dr. Acacia Dishman, a graduate of the Medical Scientist Training Program. Dr. Jared Dobbs. Dr. Brittany Dahl. Dr. Ricardo Durantes with honors in research. Dr. Kaylin Dimitrescu. Dr. Julia Dimitrescu. Dr. Sarah Dyke. Dr. Erica Angstrand. Dr. Christina Feller. Dr. British Fields. Dr. Madeline Flitcroft. Dr. Connor Fold. Dr. Parker Foster with honors in research. Dr. Angela Gableman. Dr. Evan Gibson. Dr. Harpreet Gill. Dr. Cameron Gemalin. Dr. Monica Gabriel. Dr. Jay Goldshire. Dr. Jose Gomez. Dr. Carly Grant. Dr. Tatiana Griffith. Dr. Jasmine Griggs. Dr. Claire Haas. Dr. Samuel Halama with honors in research. Dr. Zachary Hansen Cole. Dr. Caitlin Hambrook, with a graduate of Medical Scientist Training Program. Dr. Leah Hannes. Dr. Matthew Hernandez. Dr. Michael He. Dr. Alan Hodge. Dr. Brianna Hoffman. Dr. Tammy Hawley. Dr. Natalie Honan. Dr. Alicia Ivory. Dr. Jamal Jarrett. Dr. Mirjana Ivanovic. Dr. Elise Khan with honors in research. Dr. Konstantinos Karabetsos. Dr. Austin Connor Koshels. Dr. Julia Kellis. Dr. Adam Kelly. Dr. Brenna Kelly. Dr. Abigail Kirshner. Dr. Cyrus Kiamanesh. Dr. Hannah Kiefer with honors in research. Dr. Sophia Kiernan. Dr. Sarah Cohn. Dr. Thomas Katsonis. Dr. Cassandra Creer with honors in research. Dr. Vasil Kukushliev. Dr. Sarah Kurkowski. Dr. Charles Lamberton. Dr. Chase LaRue. Dr. Lynn Lee. Dr. Nathan Lee. Dr. Jonathan Lyles. Dr. Morgan Lockhart. Dr. Ryan Loxmo. Dr. Marvin Liu. Dr. Thomas Luo. Dr. Danielle Lyon. Dr. Jesse McGuire, Dr. Matthew Mahoney, Dr. Ramneet Mann, Dr. Gifty Marfoa, Dr. Enrique Martinez Ortiz, Dr. Martin Martinez Jr., Dr. Spencer Martin, Dr. Corey McKenzie, Dr. Mahum Mehdi with honors in research, Dr. Andrew Melby, Dr. Zachary Miklia, Dr. Caitlin Minutella, Dr. Samantha Moore with honors in research, Dr. Kang Mua, Dr. Brett Miller, Dr. Jared Minch, Dr. Molly Murray, Dr. Sophia Muzakio with honors in research, Dr. Sidney Narvison, Dr. Ashley Ng, Dr. Min Tran Wen, Dr. Sasha Noon, Dr. Nina Nuelego, Dr. Emily Nyland with honors in research, Dr. Sandra Okoro, Dr. Nathan Padilla, Dr. Elizabeth Panther with honors in research, Dr. Nahi Park, Dr. Victoria Patak, Dr. Kishan Patel, Dr. Rohan Patnaik, Dr. Adriana Perez, Dr. Eileen Peterson, Dr. Mokshal Porwal with honors in research. Dr. Ryan Powers. Dr. Megan Kwame with honors in research. Dr. Hannah Resico. Dr. Luke Rasmussen. Dr. Abigail Rahman. Dr. Vincent Renter IV with honors in research. Dr. Catherine Repp. Dr. Alejandra Rodriguez. Dr. Andrea Rossman with honors in research. Dr. David Rosnoviak. Dr. Ross Rebekowitz. Dr. Edward Salem. Dr. Vishmaya Saravanan. Dr. Auden Satterbach. Dr. Elizabeth Shibley. Dr. Jacqueline Searing. Dr. Kia Simmons Booker. Dr. Molly Serebin. Dr. Shivani Sharma. Dr. Jose Silva. Dr. Natasha Simsky. Dr. Ishan Singhal. Dr. Claire Skaletsky with honors in research. Dr. Rachel Smith. Dr. Kias Murawa. Dr. Nicholas Summers with honors in research. Dr. Ali Sanin. Dr. Madeline Sukdio with honors in research. Dr. Mami Khatija Sar So. Dr. Katerina Stark. Dr. Lawrence Tippich. Dr. Yukino Strong. Dr. Daniel Sweeney with honors in research. Dr. Margaret Talmadge. Dr. Sharadi Chalner. Dr. Lubov Teagues. Dr. Katerina Story with honors in research. Dr. Lawrence Tolstrud. Dr. Dylan Tren with honors in research. Dr. Annie Tooman. Dr. Caden Ulschmidt. Dr. Raymond Van Ness. Dr. Mary Van Scoik. Dr. Emily Villarreal. Dr. Anna Visser with honors in research. Dr. Nicholas Visser. Dr. Nihal Voruganti. Dr. Alec Wirthman. Dr. Allison Wharton. Dr. David Whitman with honors in research. Dr. Bison Woods. Dr. Benjamin Rookie. Dr. Megan Yee. And Dr. Trevor Zimmer.
Will the graduates who've received the Doctor of Medicine degree please rise? As graduates of MCW School of Medicine, you'll be acknowledged, recognized, and sought after, not only for your skills and your knowledge as healers, but also for your contributions as involved citizens and trusted advocates for your patients, society, and the public good. Your patients will look to you as individuals who will heal, teach, advise, and give comfort. You also will be uniquely positioned to function as advocates for better health and better health care. Use your unique social standing to serve as role models in your community, where your contributions will be both meaningful and welcome. Please be seated. Based on the adulation that everyone received, I'm sure that I speak for the minds and the hearts of this entire audience when I say to our graduates that we're proud of you and your achievements. MCW, its faculty and staff, are pleased to have had a part in your preparation, and we fully and eagerly anticipate your future successes and accomplishments. With us today, apart from the graduates themselves, are other groups of individuals who have been very much a part of your experience and who deserve special recognition. I'm speaking of family members, special friends, MCW faculty and staff who've contributed to your achievement and who have received, for all of those who've received their degrees today. So please hold your applause for these special groups until I finish introducing all of them. So those of you who are wives, husbands, significant others, please stand. That's okay, you can stand. Uncles, grandparents, aunts, any other relatives of the graduates, please stand. And MCW faculty and staff, please stand. Now, I'd like to ask our graduates to give them a big round of applause. You may sit if you wish to. All of you who stood before us have been more than spectators in these ceremonies. You're participants in a very real sense. Without your help, your patience, your encouragement, and your willingness to sacrifice, many of those who've just received their diplomas would not have been here this afternoon. You too have a reason to celebrate an achievement. In significant measure, these ceremonies belong to you as well. You've made an investment in these graduates and in the Medical College of Wisconsin. Not only at this moment, but for all time, you have a right to take pride in your efforts and the accomplishments of our graduates. I hope that you'll accept exclusively for yourselves all the applause which we just gave. So thank you very much. This concludes the commencement exercises for 2023. In closing, we sincerely congratulate you, the classes of 2023. We also remind you that true happiness is found only in the service of others, whether of families, friends, or even strangers. You are all well prepared for the service and the professions ahead of you. We ask you to use it well for the betterment of humankind. And so, on behalf of our Board of Trustees, the faculty, the administration, the staff, and the alumni of your alma mater, we wish you every success and much happiness. Now, we ask that all of you please remain seated until the faculty and graduates have exited the hall, and thank you for joining us today. Immediately following the recessional, we will hold a brief military oath ceremony on this stage to recognize the 4 members of the class of 2023 who've attended medical school on United States military health profession scholarships. And if you wish to remain for that ceremony, please join us here near the front of the stage after the recessional has passed. Thank you very much.